Are you new to Canada or have been in Canada for quite a long time? And this is the tax season and you're quite intimidating. Do not worry, the wait is over, and then just relax. And I'm going to show you a complete walkthrough on how to pay your taxes using Wealthsimple, and you do not have to pay 50 or even 60 dollars to your accountant for filing your taxes and still losing money on taxes. So welcome back to my channel. Myself Prajwal Pai, and I tell you a lot of videos about finances, technology, and anything that happens all over with me in Canada. So let's get started. I have divided this video into two parts. One is deadline and one is a complete walkthrough on Wealthsimple website application. The first is the deadline. This is going to be a bit of a long video, so if there would be some important topics that will be discussed, so if you want to take a pen and a pencil and sit and write down, that will be my suggestion, but it is all up to you. So the deadline. So the deadline for applying for taxes is April 30th of 2025. So if you want to file your taxes for Jan 1st to December 31st of 2024, you have to do it before April 30, 2025. So that keeping in mind, let's get started. And also you would have to have all the documents. First thing is, if you have been working, you need a T4. If you have doing any investment, you need a T5. And if you have done any charity, if you have done any medical expenses, all those things you might have to keep in handy for before applying on the website, because these are all the things that you will be need before filing your taxes. It's quite simple. Do not get intimidated or scared about so many different things. The easiest way of T4s and T5s have already been uploaded to the CRA from your employee if you have not opened a CRA account yet, even though that is okay. So first and foremost, I would suggest even going on Wealthsimple, first open an CRA account. It's quite easy. They just ask you for your email address, phone number, your home address, which is mentioned on your DL or your Canadian passport, whichever has a photo ID, and your SIN number. So you can just enter that, and that is it. So it is the most simple way of opening your CRA account. So once you have opened the CRA account, the second easy way, that's when you come to Wealthsimple. And with this, I'm going to help you go from this to this. So stay tuned, and I'll be giving you an important link in the end of the description where you'll be getting some few gifts when you register for the Wealthsimple for the first time. So let's get started, and I'll take you through a complete journey through it. So you just have to go on Google and just type Wealthsimple, and you would be directed to this website right here. So this website is Wealthsimple. Just you're gonna say log in. So I've already registered through this. So same thing, registering on the Wealthsimple account is as easy as opening an Instagram account. So they're gonna ask you your phone number, your address, your SIN number, and that's all, and you're activated. So I've already logged into it, so I'll just log in back, and I'm going to show you how these look. So this will be the user interface of the website. So this will be the home if you have done any TSFA or RRSP investments. So for knowing how much to put into RRSP and TSFA, this is the video. I'll be leaving the link in the description below. Click on this, see this, so you can save taxes. And then the second would be how to move your money, and for the first option is taxes. So just click. The best part about this is you can also file returns for any previous years. So if you have not filed the return for 2023, which I suggest never to do it, but it's okay if you have missed it, you can click on 2023 and go back. So I'm gonna go on 2024, and this is my thing which I have already opened. So it's going to take some. So this is the complete website where you're gonna log into it. So this is the 2024 tax return, your tax form if you want to add it. This is about you, your autofill data, your personal information, your tax, manage your tax forms, review and optimize, summarize and submit. So these would be the categories that we will be looking into. The first would be about you. So as soon as you register through this and you have already opened in CRA account, automatically your SIN number, your date, your name and address, everything would come automatically. So you don't have to worry. That is why I said that opening the CRA account first will make your life way more simpler than it is. Even though you have not opened it, you can still log into it without directly importing it. But I'm just saying for making your life easy. And the language preferred is English for me. I live in Ontario, so you can Ontario. And you and is this for a deceased person? No, it's you are filing it for yourself, so it's gonna be no. So this is what I was telling you. So you can autofill your form through your CRA. So if you're working in any company, your company before March 1st, they normally submit all your T4s to the CRA and it is automatically populated from there. If it's a T5, normally all the banks give all the T5s within the last week of February or the first week of March, and you can just go on import and it will take you to the CRA website and it is automatically done. You just have to log into your CRA and it is very easy for you to do it. And the net file code access, so this is the code. If you are filing your taxes for the first time, you will not have it. So if you are filing this again, like for the second year, or you have been already filed your taxes not through Wealthsimple, through the CRA, and you have filed it, the net file access code will, and after that you'll be having your mail, your email address, where you stay, your phone number, and then do you have a non-Canadian address? For me, no, because I stay here. And it says, are you a Canadian resident of all of 2024? So if you have any questions, the best part about Wealthsimple is if you're a resident, some people get confused if it's a PR or a Canadian citizenship. I'm a student, I'm a work permit, so am I a resident? Yes. So if you're confusing, you can always open the website right here and you can see what is actually meaning, or someone called as the resident. So yes, I am a resident of Canada, I'm still on work permit, so I do have, so I say yes, I'm a Canadian of 2024, I lived in Canada. And they ask you about your provinces, which is Ontario, and if you have changed your provinces, then you're gonna say when did you enter. If you have changed your province 2024, in 2024 I have not changed my province or my place where I was living, so in 2024 it has been the same, so I'm just gonna leave this blank. So they're gonna ask you, is their same mailing address, which is yes, and which is the province that you currently live in. For me, it's Ontario. They ask you for your marital status, which is single. So has it changed? No. Do you have any dependent? So dependent is normally if you have children, so you can click it. You have parents, grandchildren, grandparents, siblings, nieces, uncle, aunts. They are completely dependent on you, which means that you pay for their living, you pay for their food, they live at your place, they do not pay you rent, you pay for medicals and everything. That's when you say yes, you have dependent. But for me, I am myself, so it's no. And then they're gonna ask you for this, are you filing the income tax CRA for the first time? If you are filing for the first time, you can say yes, and then for me, it's the first time filler, you're gonna get a different one. For me, it is going to be no. I have already filled my CRA form. It's not about Wealthsimple. Be very careful. Everything is with CRA. Wealthsimple just makes your life easy while applying through CRA. So just say no. Are you a Canadian citizen? Some of you might be. You can say yes. I am not a Canadian citizen, so I'm just gonna say no. And are you a personal under Register Indian Act? So a lot of people get confused. So you can have a question mark right here. So you can just click it on this and you can see, do you have a determined? So it's basically, it's a native Canadian people. It's an Indian act. So a lot of people, even when I came, I'm an Indian from Asia, basically. It doesn't mean that comes into the picture. So Indian basically means it is the native Canadian. So if you are not, then no. If you are yes, you have to put yes. So do you have any properties outside of Canada which is more than $100,000 in foreign? I do not, so you can say no. Did you dispose any principal residence? So if you owned a house in 2024 and you sold it, and that's when you say yes. For me, I did own it, but I did not flip it, so it is completely no. And then, did you open your first FHSA account in 2024? This is a very tricky question, so be very sure. FHSA, TFSA and RRSP, if you are confused what those are, I have made a detailed video about them. So please go and check it up. What are those and how do you understand it? So this basically makes you understand that if you have opened your FHSA in 2024, that's when you say yes. The FHSA was released in 2023. That's when I had opened it, and I did not open a brand new FHSA in 2024, and I still have that one. So I'm just gonna say no. And then they're gonna ask you, were you contained into prison for a period of 90 days or more in 2024? I hope no. So I'm gonna put no, and same as for you guys. And then Canadian rebate. So this will not be a clear answer because it all depends upon where you live. So for me, I live in Waterloo, so it is no. But the easiest way is to copy that and then you can just go to a chat GPT and put and just say I live in Waterloo, and so does my answer is yes or no. So the answer is no for me, because Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo does not come into this area. So if you live in Toronto or somewhere else, this will be the easiest way of doing it. But also, if you want to have a look what this is, you're gonna ask you all the provinces. So for me, these are all the provinces that comes which I do not belong to, so I do not get the Canada carbon rebate taxes. If you're living in Toronto, this comes into it, so be very sure, because you get $100 to $150 back into your account and your pocket. So be very sure, do not lose any money out of it. And do you want to do an organ donation? It's going to be yes. And then do you want to apply for the Trillium benefit? So what is a Trillium benefit? So it will be confusing. You just click on this and it's going to tell you all the information. It's divided into 12 months and it's going to ask you all the questions. So normally it is the provincial. If you come new to Canada, that's when you say yes. So I'm just gonna say yes, and most people opt for this as a tax credit, and that is provincial based. If you're in Ontario, this is the Ontario Trillium benefit. If you're in Alberta, you have something else. So you just based on that area, you can choose yes, so you get additional tax back into your account. So this is CRA account. So do you like to sign up on online mail? Yes, please sign me up is the yes, because you'll get an important emails regarding it when you file your taxes. If there is any issues, if there is any audit, that's when it happens. So please confirm your email ID. And if you want to add your last year's form, this will help you basically for tax return in each year. So you'll automatically carry forward your amount. Make sure to autofill your tax information first. So if you want to add a return and then add it to the returns, basically this will be added from the last year's. If you have used Wealthsimple to pay your taxes, which I did, you can just say and it will automatically pull all the information from the past. If you are losing amount, if you're paying, for example, tuition fees and stuff, that's when these comes into the picture. And then the second thing and the most important part is this. So this is the T4. So you're going to have your employment, pension, all the forms will all be right here, but you do not have to worry about these right now. As I said, because these ones have all been populated previously, they will all be right here. So this is the company name and all these things will be right here. And then that will be my T4. So all the T4 is basically all the employment tax form. So if you have been working in any company, those are called as T4s. And then this would be all the other things. The second thing is tuition and educational amount. So have you been studying in 2024? A lot of you might be studying, so you can say yes. For me, it was a no, so I would just say no. And then were you a post-secondary student earlier year? Yes, I was a post-secondary student in 2023, so I should say yes. They mean that 2024 you have not studied. So were you a post-secondary student in the earlier year? Yes, I was. And these all information that you see right here will be in your last year's NOC, which is the notice of assessment. So if you have paid your taxes previously, it's going to be there. If not, this is all the unused. It will automatically be pulled out from your CRA website, or you might need a T2, which is basically your tax form from your university. So I studied in University of Waterloo, and they give you a T2, which they're gonna send it to you, and from there these are all the information mentioned in that. You can just put in the numbers, and it is quite simple. And then these is all the things that automatically be pulled up, so you do not. This is the RRSP contribution. So as I said, I have made a video. Please do check on that RRSP video, and that's how you save a lot more taxes. So the deductions, so these are all the RRSP deductions that I had done. These are all income deductibles, which means that I have done approximately some X amount of RRSP contribution. That contribution will be taken out from my income, and my income tax would basically be reduced, and I get way more money. And then is your FHSA. So this is all the things you'll be getting in your FHSA from your bank as well. If you have done any bank details, the T5 will be given it to you via email or via your mail. Please be very sure to have that, or even you can speak to your advisor from the bank to give it to you. So this will all be there. Basically, this will be your T4 from FHSA, which means that this is the amount that you have inputted, and you can pretty much do it. You just have to put the 18th box if it's an FHSA and nothing else to be filled, and pretty simple. Second of all would be your Ontario Trillium benefit. Do not confuse this with the previous one. So this Ontario Trillium benefit is basically if you have an house or anything that you have sold, you have a residence or you have bought a house and you're staying in an old age care home or something like that, which normally if you're first time putting or if you're a student, that's when you do not do it. So you can just say no, and North Ontario credit is also no if you're not in that area. So you can see these are all the areas. So if you're living in this area, say yes. If you are not, then just say no, I do not, so I'll just say no. So these are the T5s. So that is basically any interest that you earn from any bank. You have opened a GIC, you have opened a savings account or anything. Any interest that you earn is something registered in the T5. T4 is what you earn from the employee, your basic day-to-day income. T5 is what the interest that you have earned. So that does add into your income as well. That's why I always keep remembering you is do TFSA, RRSP, or FHSA, which will reduce all these amounts. So this will be, so you only have to put the 13th box from the T5, which is the interest on and the name of the pay. For example, if it's Tangerine, for me, if it's Scotiabank Tangerine RBC, for you it might be CIBC and all the stuff. You can just put the name, and the box 18 has to be filled from your T5. And then what type of interest? So in box 13, did you get from your, for me it is definitely bank. So if you opened a bond, you bought a bond from Canada, and then that's how you earn taxes. You opened a mortgage and you're paying your mortgage through the banks. Those are all the things that you can choose. These two things you can just leave it. And this is again all the T5s. So I have 3 banks, so all the T5s from the banks will be included in this. And then the best and the easy way of saving your taxes is if you are working from home, you can claim that area. So I work from home, which means that a specific area which I use for my study and for my working can be claimed on these ones. There won't be a specific tax return on it, but it helps you show your income, and it helps you reduce a bit of a tax implications as well. So in this, it's gonna ask you your total square footage of the house. If you are not working from home, you can skip this part. It's gonna be 15-20 seconds, so you can just skip it. If you are working from home or your known ones are working from home, you can stick to this video and see what is the thing. So it's gonna ask you your total square foot of the home. So this is basically the whole house that you live in would be there, and then the total square foot of the area of your workspace. So if you have a house of 1400 square feet or a 500 square feet and you're working in a certain space of 200, it can be an approx. It doesn't have to be a point decimal. It can be an approx estimation, and you can pretty much do that. And is your workspace used for any other purposes? So for me, I have a place where I work, and that is it. So if you are working in a place and then if you're sitting on a couch and working, that will not come into the picture. If you have a dedicated table, you have a chair, you have a working monitors and a specific designated area, that's when you do it. If you're working from your laptop and sitting on your couch, sitting on your bed, that is not covered, so be sure with it. I did that mistake last year, so do not do that. And then it's gonna ask you for all the other expenses, which is including rent. So this is the rent that you pay for the house, not for the area. So the whole house rent that you're paying. If you have been leasing, if you have owned the house, that's when your mortgage comes in. If you are renting it, that's when you pay the whole year rent from Jan to 31st of December. And this will be automatically deducted, and it will automatically do the percentage calculation for the area. And so basically this will all be calculated by itself. And later would be the medical expenses. So medical expenses, if there is any medical, for example, I didn't have any medical expenses, touch wood, last year, so I did not put it. But if you want something, you can just add, say for example, dental, and then type of expense was regular, attention care, I'll just say regular, and then put 450. That's when you can put that amount. For me it was nothing, so I'm just gonna put 0, and then cancel everything right here, and even this, and I'm just going to remove the empty slots, and that should be more than enough for you. And digital newspaper subscription. So if you have done any newspaper subscription, that's when you can put the amount. The maximum deduction amount is $500. and these would be the GST, employee and GST. So this is basically if you have an company. So if you are basically working, that's when you put these into picture. But if you are working for someone else, then no. But if you own a business and you are your own employee, that's when you put all the information about the GST and all those things. That is it. So you see, it is quite simple. It's very easy. The best part about this is you can review and optimize. So it will optimize it and it will tell you all the warnings that you have done. So do not worry, just gonna ask you what is the issue, use autofill indicated, and it's all fine. The best thing is it's going to give you suggestions. For me, as I had filled everything, it does not give me right now, but when you do it, you're gonna see anything that is missed. So for me, when I did it, the trillium benefit, I had not opted it because I missed it. So it's gonna tell you right here, hey, you missed this, please do apply, so that you save it. So this becomes so much helpful because it's such a lengthy process and it takes so much time for you to apply, and when all the documents you have, the numbers and stuff, you miss such small minor things which you can get your money back. So see to it that, and then you can just say go to these are all the benefits that you get. So you just say submit your tax return and you submit it, and that's all. That's it. Say within 2 to 3 weeks you're gonna get. So for me, the refund is 5,333. Within 2 to 3 weeks after I submit it, I'm gonna get my money back and I can invest that. That's all good. So as you can see, it is quite simple. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to help you out with this. I've done this for the past 3 years and it is very easy. You will not miss out on anything. Of course, first time it is going to be intimidating. You'll be like, what is happening? That's why I make this video. If you please see this video again and again and see to it that you do not miss any important steps. And also the most part which I was waiting for you to tell is the bonus. I have linked a link in the description below. So click on it, open the Wealthsimple app, and you're gonna get a $25 right into your account. Yes, just opening the account, you're gonna get $25 through Wealthsimple. So click in the link in the description below and open an account if you have not, and register your taxes and stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and I was helpful. I know it was quite lengthy, so thank you for staying. You have been such a long time. Please do subscribe, share, and if you please let me know in the comment section below how. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Have a great day. Enjoy some money. Take care. Bye bye.